I
And
know.
we're on.
Mm.
So, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, yeah, I was making sure this works. I am the Cauldron Witch, and I am accompanied here by Crescent Moon again. How you doing?
Oh well.
And okay, so don't come after me for, don't flag me for having Halloween Town on in the background, please. Is that, am I allowed to have that on
I mean, they can't hear it. I think it's just the music.
audio? Okay. So anyway, let me turn that down. But today's video, guys, we wanted to discuss with you, um, Hekate, mother, experiencing her. This is not a video where we're going to tell you who she is or what she's about. We are not going to tell you what she does and her mythology, nothing like that. That there's a plethora of other videos out there for you to watch if that's the information you were looking for. For this video, this is all about experiencing Hecate, working with Hecate as a devotee, as a witch, as a pagan, working with her in magic and rituals and meditations, and knowing what it's like having signs, knowing that they're from her, cautions maybe from working with her, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump right into this. And Crescent, I would like for you to tell me and the people how you came across Hecate. Did she come to you? Did you go to her? How was the relationship status like? 'Cause I know a lot of people struggle with either having a deity come to them or them finding a deity.
So I did not seek her out. I didn't know anything about her. I didn't know. I didn't know of her. Um, but I was literally taking a nap, and she got in my ear and just repeated her name until I woke up.
Mm,
By the end of like it started, it's kind of like a dream state whisper, and then it elevated until like I was jolted up because she was like saying her name very loudly at that point, and like a loud whisper, if that makes sense.
yeah.
And I sat up and I was like, I don't even know what that is. you know, I knew of her for other people, but I was never like this was when I didn't have a deity at all. I wasn't deity searching. It was just, earth, air, elements.
Yeah, the universe, whatever.
Yeah. And so like I knew of other people that worked with her, but I had not. And I wasn't looking I didn't even know how that process worked, to be 100% honest. Like, so I was looking into the gods and goddesses, but I like landed on Athena because of who I am as a person. So I lightly researched Athena for like 5 minutes and then like quickly let that go because that was just not my energy. So when months later, I guess it was months later when she came to me, I sat up because it was like after work one day. I was super tired and I was like, I don't know what Hecate is, but I Googled it and I was like, oh, okay. So then I talked to Tequila about it because she was one of the main people I knew, like in real life that worked with her. And I just it kind of just went like it was never a thought after that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just instant. What about you?
So I'm in the same boat where I wasn't deity searching. At the time of my life that she came to me was like in like okay, obviously it was the perfect time for her coming to me, right? But like in my mind, it's like the time she came to me was the worst time a deity could have came to me because in my mind, I was struggling with believing in gods or believing in deities like that. I
Mm-hmm.
just got out of Christianity. I stayed away from Wicca. It wasn't my jive. I couldn't get with the whole god and goddess, lord and lady sort of thing, along with other things. Eh, Gods were not my thing. I didn't really think they were a thing. At most, I would probably assumed like, okay, I understand there's this great energy that represents A, B, and C, and it is named Zeus or Christ or Hecate or Hades or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? I didn't think nothing of it. Um, So at the time, my only deity was the universe, is the elements, is nature. You know what I mean? That was my higher power, along with, you know, my higher self and whatnot, my ancestors, stuff like that. But I kept feeling this energy. It's such a weird thing to explain, especially to somebody who doesn't relate or understand what I'm talking about. But I just felt this heavy, dark energy enter my life. And I don't mean heavy or dark in negative manner. I mean heavy as in powerful, dark as in not the nicest of energies that are out there. Um, and definitely something that channeled me to get more into the left hand path of witchcraft. And it was definitely a power that amplified anytime I would work in those sort of fields. And I never understood why. And I thought it was, at the time, I was a very ignorant child, as we all are when it comes to the world of witchcraft. We're very new. I thought it was this mass of like black magic that was like trying to just come into my life, right? But again, I didn't think of it as evil. I didn't think of it as something like satanic or demonic or anything like that. Especially at the time, I was so beyond that. You know what I mean? Um, However, I kept getting little signs of, you know,
Mm.
anybody I would communicate with that was a witch or learn from at the time was always a child of Hekate. I could not seem to get away from any Hekate devotees. I would see horses and serpents were the two big things that always kept popping up. I mean, I live in the country, so I guess I am bound to see a lot of horses and serpents. But just at this time, it was something I couldn't get away from. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen a serpent, like a wild serpent, and probably since last year, or probably since like maybe I was walking in the woods or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't see them like I do now. So then at some point, I think at one point I realized who it was because all the signs and the messages and the hints all pointed in one direction to one name, and that was Hekate. And but for me, again, I didn't mess with deities. I didn't believe in deities. I didn't want to work with deities. But she didn't care what I thought or what I wanted or what I believed in. What's real is real, and what's real is she chose me to be a child of hers. She chose me to be a deity, and I didn't I didn't give in until like maybe 2 3 weeks down the line, and I'm very someone's calling me, and I have a very it's a very heavy and impressionable. Maybe that's not the word. Just a very present. Hecate was very present when I was trying not to have her present, and um I ordered elemental candles, and in that order came 6 free devotional Hecate candles. And in that moment, I realized what she was doing and that there was no way around it. And at some point, I think I chalked her up to be, you know, this great mass named Hecate, but not an actual being. At some point, she slapped that illusion right out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She's good about slapping folks.
Yes,
So you saw
fire
horses,
too.
huh?
She's good at setting things on fire too.
Yes, she is. We'll get to that. Um, so you saw horses and serpents. I straight up just was owls, and I work with dogs. Like that's for 18, 19 years. That's my job. So I don't know if that plays into it, but owls and crows and just, and I lived in the city when, so like crows are kind of common, kind of like what you saw was common to your area. What I saw was common to my area in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very interesting. And the heaviness that you speak of, I didn't think anything negative about it, but it was definitely like that weird aunt you connect with that gives you that big old hug in a black cardigan and smelling a patchouli.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it kind of hit me.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be dark and mischievous.
Yeah, like, and again with all that, it's it's not when again heavy, more powerful. It was a very independent individual energy and very akin in the dark ways and in the dark paths. And that was something that came to mind first. And that was something that, if you know Hecate, that's one of the things that she brings up first, because she's the one that will walk. She can have access to any place, dark or light, and she can get in the darkest of places that only certain legends are known to ever cross. When people aren't shouldn't be where they are, Hecate has access. You know what I mean?
Yep. And and what we were talking about the other day, which is how this video kind of came about, is she is also known in certain cultures to be a goddess of the light
Yeah.
bearer, which a lot of people don't talk about, including me. I don't really ever think of her that way because to me it's always in dark and shadows. But a lot of people, a lot of what am I trying to say? Countries, not countries,
Cultures.
cultures. Yeah, use her in that respect, which
Because of the hold on one second, I gotta hear my father something. Because of the torch bearing symbolism, you know what I mean? Her being the one, I know I said we were gonna talk about mythology, but her being the one to guide Demeter to discover Persephone and again places where nobody should be or has access to. She is the light, she is the guidance, just like the sun, you know what I mean? They immediately diminish all forms of illusion and they bring illumination, you know what I mean? I
mhm,
could say in my craft and in my path, Hecate in my world has kind of, she is known as many things. To me, I associate her more with the night and more with the chthonic energies, but she's definitely a mother of all because, in my mind, where other cultures might put her in potency in some places and I might not, but what I would acknowledge is Homegirl got potency in everything. There is, in my path and in my relationship with her, there is nothing I can't go to mom for.
I agree. And like, and that's in like all, not just okay. Yes, we're witches, so that is our life. It's not like a hobby. Like that's our life. Everything we do incorporates witchcraft all day long.
Absolutely.
That being said, she is incorporated in everything from mundane to magical.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, it's kind of, I know because your practice is very similar to mine, and like that is, she is always at the forefront of our brains. Anytime we do anything, anytime we need to take care of anything, like she's like, boop, got to talk to mom. This is what blah 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 blah. You know, we always talk about her.
Even other gods recognize Mama, where
Mhm.
Zeus will bow down to nobody but her. Where even in my path and in my relationships with my deities, my god Hearn, if he honest to God has no opinion, they'll just say, go to Mama. Ask
Yes.
her. Because if in places where he got no opinion, Mama always got an opinion. She's
Yeah.
always got something to say or something to contribute.
Yeah. She's very the end all be all because like she has final say over most dominion. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? At least for me. I'm not going to speak. You can speak for yourself, but at least for me, like she is total control.
Yeah.
Well, she allows me to have total control.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's not it's not about permission with her for me. It's like talking it through. It's no question whether I'm going to do it or not do it. It's talking the process through with her to get how I feel like she may feel about a situation, regardless of what it is.
She makes sure you know what you're doing or
Yeah,
what is happening. She makes you where some people might jump to things. She makes you really think about things.
because I do not do that. I am very fly by the seat of my pants, like
Mhm.
hot headed, like
And
I'm
that's why you have her. You know what I mean? And that's why you have her because where we lack, they don't.
right. And they
Um,
kind of hold you accountable too. She's very good at holding people accountable.
he is one where working with Hekate, she will bring your innermost truths to come to bear. She will make you face all parts of yourself, all realities of yourself that you don't want to fuck with. But there's reasons for it. You know what I mean? That she wants you to find power and strength in yourself. Just
Yeah.
as just as you will never see Hecate getting her power or getting her strength from anyone else. When you see Hecate, when she is mentioned, it is someone in their probably weakest state beckoning on her and calling for her, and only her will show up. You know what I mean? She walks the many planes and the many worlds alone with her familiars. You know what I mean? You don't see her with a lover. You don't see her with a consistent friend. Hecate is just Hecate on her own, and she has a lot of strength in that individual, and um, well, just that individuality. You know what I mean? Where she don't need nobody else. She has that inner strength from her, where that's what she wants from each and every one of her children. She doesn't want one of her devotees to lean on someone else for strength or whatever the case is. She wants you to lean on yourself. She will teach you you don't need no one in this life. You come into this life alone, you're gonna leave this life alone. She's not gonna want somebody who constantly needs to be with someone or constantly needs the approval of someone. No, she don't give a fuck about any of that. She wants you to love you and manage to survive just you. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Not that you will or that you have to. It's just the fact of can you, and she'll make sure you can. Because again, it's all about the life is for the individual. It's not for the many. It is all about you and your path and where you're going.
Right. She is very much the embodiment of solitude without being a hermit.
Yep.
You know, and I know that's a hard distinction to make, but like she is by far not a hermit of any kind, but she does value people that revel in their solitude. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot be uncomfortable in your own skin. You cannot be scared of things like dark places, being alone, being confined. Like she's not for a weak person. And I know a lot of people, she went, you know, that fad, everybody had to be with Hecate. And you see that quickly stop because she will tell you whether you can be there or not. She will
Correct.
test you and you will fail if you are faint of heart.
She might not necessarily reject anyone. It's whether or not you reject yourself.
Right, right. She is excellent at self empowerment.
Mm,
Like from a female, I can't, again, you tell your side. I'm trying not to overtalk, but like from a female empowerment, she is, in my opinion, like top tier
mhm.
because of the independence, because of the how to, and that you will do it. You know, it's this or that. Get off the pot. You know, like you have to make a decision. And I'm like the most, and you know this, I'm the most indecisive person. And she will hold me accountable. She will like, you need to make a decision. Step up.
You are
Do
at a
what you need to do.
crossroads.
Yeah. So, and for me, that works great because I am too independent sometimes.
Right.
You know,
See,
it's good.
for my perspective as a man, right? Um, I mean, I personally don't see many men work with her, or at least I just haven't met any myself. I'm not saying there isn't by any means. I haven't seen, nor have I seen specifically um, more of the straighter men because, and the reason I bring that up is because, again, for me in my life, Hecate reminds me like in a in the world that it is today, I seem to see everybody stumbling over just to make sure they have someone to date or be in love with. You know, whether it's man, woman, man, man, woman, woman, whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for me, and just this is just man speaking, you know, she teaches me that I don't necessarily need that. Do I want that? Would that be nice? And can I accept that? Absolutely. But do I need it? Do I need it to survive? Do I need it with me in this life or in any other life? Absolutely not. Because but because romantic love is one thing, but the point is love, and she's someone that teaches me that, and not in the nicest ways, I might add. And that is something for me all my life. I don't know if it was just the way I was raised or what, but all my life I have been the tough love person, where only give me tough love. If you coddle me, I'm gonna not go with that route. And I don't coddle people. If and many of my friends, you I think can testify. I am not one to. Yeah, what's wrong? Talk to me. Fuck up. I will slap you across your face and make you hurt if you don't get the fuck up right now. Like I'll make you work out. You want? I'm like, you want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Get up. Show me what you're made of. Like, why are you being? You know what I mean? She is one to stand me up. She's one to keep me, like you said, very empowered. Whether like for me, not again feminine empowerment, I see that, but for me and just myself, very self empowering. Very the mother that like if you. I don't mean to sound this in any type of disrespect because I have a mother that I love very much, but she is like the mother that you would never think you needed until she came about. And boy, will she love you. And when she loves you, she will make you love you. That is one of the most hardest lessons people can go through. And that's something experiencing with Hekate where it's like she's going to challenge you. She's going to break all the. You thought you broke all your walls. She's going to show you walls you didn't know were still up in this foundation. Nah, yeah. Working with her is a very evolving thing, I feel. And I don't think it's for the many. I think even back in ancient Greece, not many really worshipped her.
It's which is sad because if you look at everything she encompasses, you would think she would have been more. I hate to use the term popular for that era, but more popular amongst certain facets of the population.
Seeing her mythology, I would agree with you, and how I mean, and I could be wrong. I'm not there. Maybe stories were told, myths were told way differently back then. The way they're told today, and the legends and myths I have learned of Mother, I'm surprised she isn't because of the primordial role that she has played. But times are different, and all I can say is in my life, she definitely is. Again, I view her as the mother of all. I believe she has been even referenced in old Bible texts.
I think so.
I mean, she not only transcends planes of existence, she transcends cultures, religions. She will be seen in many, many guises and in many places. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You were on a roll. Go ahead.
Please, please. I'm begging you. Go ahead, please.
So we talk about a lot like she's not for weak people. You have to be strong minded or whatever. She will not just accept strong willed, strong minded person, but Absolutely. She will see where you need to improve to become the child that she needs you to be for you, not for her, but for you. And that is hard for a lot of people to see because, we all have trauma. We all have things that we have to work through that, we've been through, and some of them are very dark, and, we're still standing because, we can push through. But she will, like, if you're looking for shadow work, she's one of the ones that is real big on that.
Absolutely.
And I feel like a lot of people don't do shadow work thoroughly. Or maybe not. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my opinion.
I have a lot of opinions. We can talk about that later because I got something to say about that as well. I mean, I guess I could say it here. I am all about truth. Shadow work, not now, but a little bit back then, seems to kind of go a little trendy.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. I don't like.
You know how I feel about trends.
Huh?
I was like, you know how I feel about trends. I won't even watch a TV show that's trending.
Right.
Right. I can't stand it.
When literally, if something is trending, like I'm good. Hit me up when that shit is over.
Yeah.
when magic and witchcraft became trendy, I wasn't happy necessarily. But that's a whole other fucking conversation.
Yeah,
Point
that's
is, shadow work itself at one point was a little trendy, and I think when more people got involved, the 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 more it became surface level, and the
yeah,
least they were involved. You know what I mean? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Shadow work is not for you to figure out your feelings about your best friend.
No, no, babe. Shadow work, and it's not something that's gonna be one journal and you're done.
Oh my god.
Shadow work is until the end of times,
Yeah.
and it is going into, oh my god,
Blood, sweat, and tears.
oh my god, it goes into a lot of things. And if you have trouble with it, call maybe to Hekate or many other deities, but Hekate is one specifically. Again, where like you said, she will not only accept the strong and the you know focused minded, babe. She will specifically she will seek out the weak ones, and I know it because I was weak when she sought me out. She will go after the weak ones, but she will make you that strong soldier. She will make you something you never thought you could even possibly be. It didn't even cross her. And she's gonna transform you. She's gonna throw you in her cauldron, light her fires, and transform you into something insane.
Yeah. And it's a process.
Best believe.
And
It is
okay,
paid.
yeah, exactly. Well, I was gonna say, do you want to talk about the process, or do you want to make that something different?
We can. I mean, we can.
I mean, we don't have to because it's ugly.
It's, it is. It's horrific. Oh my god. When you look, something you gotta know is like, look at her serpents, right?
Mhm.
Serpents shed skin. That's what you're gonna be fucking doing. Do you want to kick off?
Okay, so
Because
from a
there are a
female
few other
perspective,
topics I want to bring up, like including like witchcraft and stuff like that. But keep going.
well, this can wait.
No, keep going.
Uh, so for again, female perspective, because there's, um,
Yin and yang.
yeah, if you are somebody that, how do I'm trying to figure out my words, not good with your emotional communication,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't know how to get your emotions to where you understand them yourself, right? Because journaling, shadow work aside, journaling and therapy, like they can only touch on certain topics for a certain amount of time before like you kind of lose yourself in it, and you kind of get bored, and for lack of a better term, with the therapy that you're going through for a specific thing, right?
Right.
With a deity such as Hecate, if you can talk to yourself, like, I don't know about everybody, okay, and if this makes you sound crazy, fine. I have a lot of like inner dialogue, and it's good therapy and good for me as therapy specifically to talk, not just have it rolling around, but like to voice what I'm saying. So I can talk to her, and then like at the end, say my thank yous and whatever, thank you for listening to me, do a devotional, and be like, I just need a sign that I'm not going in the wrong direction with my personal inner demons. Like, what is, trying to just, and she'll communicate that in a day or two. I'll see something that resonates with me that goes back to what I was struggling with a couple days prior because it was eating away at me. And if you're somebody that's been through a lot of trauma, like not just one specific, like lots of trauma, and I hate that word now too because everybody freaking throws it around. But like, there are certain things you go through in life, male and female, that you got to deal with, or you could go the opposite route. So, in respect to that, she helped me through a lot of stuff, and she helped me be able to learn better coping mechanisms through not spirit communication, but I guess inner deity communication, to where she will show me a better way of handling a situation. if I just open my ears and my eyes and my brain to receiving the message. Does that make sense? Did any of that make sense? I feel like I kind of got
No,
lost.
no, no, no. It did, and I know it did because it made me write some notes so I can bring up. Because yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay.
You know, it makes sense.
Okay. Um, but okay, on the other side of that, so like that's like and when I say like trauma, I mean like trauma, like not somebody hurt your feelings when you're in second grade, but like
Actual, like, yeah, no, I
trauma.
know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
real shit.
Yeah, real, like real.
Yeah,
And okay, yes, you can use certain aspects of your magical practice, scrying, whatever, cards, whatever you do to kind of like unlock certain things because as children we view things differently. So what affected us as a child for our child brain might not feel the same way as an adult, and that's kind of hard to distinguish if you have.
no, yeah, we're gonna, yeah,
Yeah, the perspective is different.
absolutely. You don't. I know.
Yeah, but like if you're trying to really work through something, she is excellent at giving that, like you said, tough love of like, you know what? You can sit here and you can cry and be devastated, or maybe you should get your ass up off the floor, maybe go do some work, maybe go be destructive in a good manner, and get work through what you're going through instead of
Yeah,
constantly keeping it locked up to where it's like creeping out and affecting everybody around you.
yeah,
Because sometimes she's told me that, or showed me that sometimes destruction is good.
absolutely. First of all, destruction and chaos is needed
Hmm.
to bring order and balance. Okay, let's not. We acknowledge truths over here. We don't. We don't neglect anything. Um. That, yeah, no. So that was great. That what you brought up.
I go,
You're making me want mine. Hold the fuck.
you just had it.
Yeah, it's in my pocket. Duh, why didn't you tell me that?
I'm so sorry. I did not come through for you that time.
Yeah, no. No, no, no. No, you didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, you love me.
I do.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm
So,
trying. You see how well we're composed this evening?
I don't know. It's because we're both wearing black or something. We have been behaving. I don't like it. Fuck you.
Meh. Well,
Mine's
I also,
bigger.
huh?
Mine's bigger.
We're not going to have that argument again today.
We just
Or
did.
for the second time today.
We just did though. So kind of third.
Okay.
Bitch, fuck you. You're you know, I can I want to fuck with you so bad, but I don't want to because I don't want to get us in trouble.
Too late.
Yeah, well.
Anyway,
Anyway,
moving on.
have you ever seen Zoolander?
What?
Have you ever seen Zoolander?
Don't make me bleed my own blood? Yes.
What? Wait,
No, that's Dodgeball. Yes, I have. But I've seen Dodgeball more, and I get those two confused all the time.
Do you remember Mugatu?
Yeah.
I just love that name. Anytime
Mugatu?
someone says "I got to" or "I got you," I say Mugatu.
Magatu? Oh,
Mugatu.
Magatu?
Because he tried to off the Malaysian rate.
Mm.
I can't say those words on YouTube anymore. Another one question. Give me your fucking Capri. Give it to me. I'm like a bully in like high school that's like, give me your lunch. Give me your lunch.
No. And
Yeah.
I don't respond to being bullied.
It sounds like it's screaming, April. It's screaming for life.
Num num num. Oh, you know what it is too? Apple. It's my favorite.
Why?
What?
With all the flavors. Apple? You want some apple juice? Bitch, go get Mott's apple juice.
No, I love Mott's apple juice, by the way. Fuck
Right.
off.
So go get it.
You know I'm a basic bitch when it comes to flavors. I like to savor the flavor.
I'm gonna drink my green apple now. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you have apple in that cup also, and I have an apple Capri.
All right, we're gonna actually backtrack 5 seconds. I'm gonna drink my blue raspberry.
You're a fucking lie.
Oh my god, I thought I was being so bougie with the green apples. So anyway, point being, there's a few things you brought up, but I don't know if I want to get serious first and like not so serious last, or other way. What should I do?
Whatever you feel like doing. Lead into it slowly or jump right in. Whatever. I'm
I'm
here
gonna
for
do
it.
so. We'll lead into it. So first of all, when you brought up about communication, let me tell you something. Hekate specifically has played such a role in how I communicate. Because let me tell you something. 10 years ago, I did not communicate the way I communicate now. And I am very, she not only taught me to communicate, but to address what to communicate in a stern but not aggressive manner, or a crazy outburstive manner. She taught me to kind of be like lawyer attitude in a way, where it's like, don't act crazy because nobody will listen to you, but be stern and use your words, and people like give off the energy, and people will receive the energy. um she has taught me to communicate what it is that I desire, and to it's because fair is fair. She taught me that I need to start putting myself first. I was one to be very like, I will let everybody stomp on me. I'll be a fucking doormat as long as everybody else is happy. And she taught me that that is not okay, and that I matter basically, and to communicate. She has taught me so much about words, lessons. Things would happen. I would fail. I would go home. She'd be at that shrine being like, would it be learned? And I'm like, I need to. And she's like, yeah, you do. You got one more test. And we would run our runs. You recognize, not in the moment, and sometimes in the moment. Sometimes when shit happens, you just wake up and you're like, all right, this is my time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
Not messing with me, because I do not allow that behavior. We have respect at the bare minimum, or we have not.
I feel like you wake up saying it's my time to shine.
You know what I would do when it's Samhain? Do you know Nightmare Before Christmas, right?
Yes.
Okay. The theme song, right? This is Halloween. This is Halloween Marilyn Manson version will
I love
always
it.
wake me up on October 31st every year. That is my jam. The way he, like the normal one, it's kiddish. You know what I mean? Like, let it be for the kids. Marilyn Manson, take me fuck home.
I agree 125,000%.
I would turn that on the TV after this chat.
Oh, goody, goody, goody.
So she is also one where, like, she has taught me with her, she prefers to be, and with her, and maybe this is just with every deity, I'm not really, I only work with the two, I'm only
Mm.
about the two deities, the two gods. Um, she has taught me that when I want to talk to her as if she's already there, because guess what? She is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something for me where she's like, I don't need you to come home and do a whole ceremony to talk to me. Talk to me. Like, we're driving in the car, talk to me.
Exactly.
You're in the shower, talk to me. I'll be right on the outside of the curtain. I'll hold you blunt. No, I won't, because we're not physical sometimes. We're physical when you want to set my altar on fire, though, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Let me touch on something because you brought something and I don't have nothing to take notes. I
I
mean,
literally grabbed the notebook that's like right behind you.
mine are all downstairs, so I took them
I feel like
down.
a therapist sitting with my notebook in that.
And you should, as you should.
I've always thought that would be a good career, but I would go crazy.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. But like touching on your communication, that's you said it better than I was trying to say it. Where it's you don't need an appointment with her. you just talk to her. Like I like to talk to her at my altar, but I also talk to her in my car. I also talk to her when I'm fucking cooking dinner.
Right.
I'm trying to work through some shit.
I
You know,
talked to him after I just stopped screaming at someone.
oh, yeah, yeah. Like she, but like I do get that people feel with a lot of the gods and goddesses and other deities that like it's appointment based almost. Like you
Right.
have to have a specific time or a specific. You have to bring a specific thing. You have to like they have to have wine before you talk to them. Whatever. Like like tonight, what did you give her?
I went to my restaurant and okay, and this I'll be real. This just shows y'all need to watch me and I think Rowan's offering video if it's a thing still.
I
Anyway,
think
listen. Okay, so I went to the restaurant and at the restaurant I always get a fucking thing of garlic bread, right? It's like a whole loaf cut in half and it's garlic bread, right? I cut that shit in half and I offered her some. And I was
yeah,
like, I say, be with us, guide us, show it, like, be with us and guide us tonight during your video. Like, this is in honor of you. Here is an offering. I love you, Mamacita. Mwah, to the statue. Boom, walk away. Get a
yeah,
little in her name, and you're good.
yep,
That shows you don't even need too much. A little half piece of fucking bread will
yeah.
keep her good.
She just likes to be acknowledged. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't. It's nothing ever fancy. Like dead. Not to sound weird, dead bugs, wings of little critters. You know, whatever I pick up and find. I'm like, oh
Literally. I will slice my finger. No, okay, don't slice fingers, guys. Oh my god. Okay, get a little lancet, a little prick. Offer your blood. Offer because Hekate is one where she
do people
is.
not talk about that part of Hecate? Because I feel like I haven't really heard many people
I
actually.
haven't. I haven't. And let me tell you something. First of all, maybe this is. I don't know how you and the deities work, right? Me and Hecate, and with me and Hearn, and I know maybe with you and Hecate, blood is the best offering I could give him, bro.
Your life force. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that is something not only is it just such appreciated, it's probably wanted, especially from these two deities, from Hecate. It is definitely its power and its magic. And it is an offering, it is a sacrifice, and it holds true magical energies. And
It's the highest offering.
it, period.
That is the highest offering you can give to your, at least to her, for at least, and I guess in our joint opinion. Would
I
you do it for Aphrodite? Probably not. But, you
menstrual,
know, hmm?
menstrual.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true. I didn't think about. Good, good
I
job.
mean, I'm just thinking like, because again, and that's just me. I'm the type where like I would give blood. Like that's my perspective, and maybe that's why that sort of deity got to me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where it's like you want to give blood to show your appreciation. I'm willing to use your blood and take your blood, and
Mhm.
make magic happen. We can make relations happen. I will sign my name in her book of the beast any day.
I think we already have, didn't we?
But anyway, um, yeah.
But
There's a lot of things and offerings we really don't talk about. You know what I mean?
yes,
But that's one of them that isn't talked about. That probably should be maybe a little more. Oh my god. I don't know what I was gonna say. I'm distracted because I'm itchy over here.
because of who?
My tattoo.
Oh,
It itches. I got a fresh tattoo and it itches like crazy.
yeah. You want to show everybody?
No, I'm good. Thanks though.
Your butthole. Um,
Appreciate it.
what was okay? So we probably should talk about that more. But if we're gonna keep this video under 5 hours, what's the next thing you wanted to bring up?
All right, so we can go into a lot more experience. I mean, like processing, but that's way later. I want to really real quick. What is, in your perspective, what's it like working with Mama in magical workings, in witchcraft, in anything like that? When certain workings draw you more closer to her, do you think she's a good deity to work with during witchcraft? Which we already know the answer to. That's a trick question. She's the goddess of witchcraft.
Exactly.
So you tell us. You tell us, Crescent.
So
I
I
love it.
I find that okay, so we're more left-handed leaning. And
Is that the term?
I guess tonight it is. I couldn't think of another word. The darker side of
Right.
magic.
Are
Although,
we though? Or does
well,
it just appear that way?
it just appears that way.
It's just real. Like I don't. It's such a bad
Well, but being a
example.
witch is not
Real.
love and light all the time. There is no gray, white, black, red. Even though there are a lot of labels that people put on them to make themselves feel better about it, witch is a witch is a witch. And if you have to get dirty, you have to get dirty. And she embraces everything from the love aspect,
Love and light
love
to
and light,
cursing.
to yeah, the dark depths of hell. Like
Right.
she is jazzed to be there and be a part of it because she's almost like, cool, what are we doing? No matter what it is.
Right.
And she gives you that umph to like be empowered, like own that shit,
You're
own
gonna
it,
do it. Do it right.
do it. Exactly. Like don't be nice. Like if it's time to be mean, we're gonna be real mean. If it's time to like show love, it's gonna be of the highest love. You know what I
Right.
mean?
There's times where, I have done and that's the thing. A lot of people might consider us to be one of the darkest witches out there, but the amount of good that we have done as witches is
Mm-hmm.
out here performing miracles.
Right. I mean, we do a lot of good. Okay, we're getting into our own little
I
practice
know,
here.
I know. I feel now egotistical, but you're supposed to humble me, girl. You're supposed to humble me.
Well, okay, you want to be humble? We do just as much good for people as we do other
The
things.
justice side, we are look, witches, and a lot of look, everyone, no matter how, when it comes to a witch, you are only as much as a witch as you limit yourself to, and that's that, and that's not a good thing or a bad thing. That is just everyone is different. Okay,
Hmm.
certain people will do things more for certain things. Um, I was
And
gonna, I was gonna. That sounded so good too, didn't it?
you were leading up to something.
Something big, yo.
Well,
Was that
until you remember, I what?
was the last thing you said?
I don't fucking know.
I
Until you remember, though, like not okay. Again, our practices are a little bit different.
Go
They're
away, go away. I just remembered. Go away.
not okay.
Sorry. So, first thing people got to remember when it comes to witches, we are the balancers of the universe and
That's
of
what you're gonna say.
justice and of the scales. I know. I'm so happy I remembered. Okay. So, yeah. Of course, we're gonna. If you do wrong, we'll make sure you pay the penance, right? And that's not always you just cut somebody off on the fucking highway or you yelled at someone. I mean, I won't. Never mind. So, however, when people do such good things, we will be there in the right times, and we will bestow upon blessings, fortune, luck, protection, whatever it is. The amount of good that we do, probably more so. And again, Hekate herself will be there for all of it. If it is in the name of a witchery, she is there.
She's there. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay, I'm so sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good because I'm glad you remembered.
Me too.
Because I thought I had it and I was like, no, well, never mind. And then you said it and I was like, yes, that's where he was going with that. This is what happens when we don't write notes.
We got there. We got there. It
We
might
did.
have been like 30.6 seconds, but we got there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Who's
What's my
counting?
Maggie in the background over here? That thing, whatever demon that was. Somebody call the charmed ones right now.
The charmed ones. They
They
got
got
it.
rid of that so quick.
Yeah. Vanquish.
Albert 3 was set us free.
So Witchcraft, yes. She is always there, always present, always willing to help. Ow,
Divination.
I just stuck that in my mouth.
Divin. It's a crystal.
Well,
Crystal
it was rough in
only.
here and it went, you know.
Homegirl's
Anyway,
been doing this for at least 2 hours. Swear to God.
my face needs it. It needs it.
He's all right. Divination, babes. How about that? My face.
Divination. You talk on divination.
Why? Why? Why?
Because I talked about the other two first. You
All
talk.
right, all right. Well, let's be honest here, right? So not only is Mother great with witchcraft and magical powers, she is. Who is her mother? Do you remember?
Don't ask me. I feel like I don't know it, but I do know it.
Okay, okay, okay. This is horrible. I should have taken notes. Anyway, her mother is. Can you sing for me for 4 seconds?
Sing for
Yeah,
you?
sing something, something.
Sing, 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 sing. Sing a ling a
Asteria,
There.
right? Keep singing, please.
Oh my god, I don't know how to sing. Okay, so
Okay,
this
got
is
it.
this
Go
is
away, go away.
Barbie.
So Asteria is her mother, right? Okay. Grandma. Okay, grandma. Grandma, right? Asteria, her mother is the Titaness of divination, of the starry night. Okay. She bestows upon premonitions, the ability to have any of the clairsentience, clairvoyance, whatever the case, any psychic power, any divination ability, she is able to tap into, and she is great to call in. She, boy, thank you very much. Hello, how you doing? Go watch TV. So she is great when you want to call on working with cards. She's great with vision. I've noticed with bestowing on premonitions, being able to read cards, being able to read runes, whatever reading is, being able to see the dead or see other types of entities, being able to astral project, whatever it is that comes with seeing. She is a very great advocate for that. And she is one that can be called instantly for that, I feel. And anything that has to do with necromancy and working with the dead or other entities, sensing abilities, stuff like that, because she is the leader of ghosts. She can command any angel or demon. She is the mother of all. Again, literally mother of demons or mother of angels. She has been quoted as. So when it comes to any type of divination, she is a great psychic amplifier.
I wonder, her epithets, the dogs, and what we were talking about the other day, being to me they look like Salukis or Borzois.
Yes.
Those are both sight hounds, so I wonder if that was
Oh,
intentional.
I wonder.
Because that would make a lot of sense. Because the statue that I have, which is the same one that you just got, the slender snout nose and the deep set eyes, those are, I believe that's what it was supposed to be. I know we spoke about they might have meant to be Dobermans, but they look more like sighthounds. Yeah, yeah. That looks like like a Borzoi or a Saluki, which is part of the Greyhound, or they might just be Greyhounds.
Maybe I have no idea. Um, maybe somebody can figure that out. Throw an ad in the comments. I will
Yeah.
say that. Do you have any have you ever had premonitions or anything like? Because I know, so I know certain powers you have that are great that we are gonna go into before we end this video. But do you have any premonitions? Get up, stand in your pose.
I have had a few instances of, well, my nose, for one, and oh, stop it. I don't know what that one's called.
Your nose? What about your nose? How do we, what?
So, like,
Oh, you're talking about homegirl. I asked premonitions. You about to tell me you have psychic smelling.
yeah.
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
It leads into the same thing.
Go ahead.
So this
Caught me off guard.
What?
You just caught me off guard. You got any premonitions? Oh, my nose.
My nose.
All right.
Nope.
How did we get here?
It's a very magical nose.
Abstract beliefs.
Okay, so premonitions, yes, occasionally. They're not very often. Mainly in dreams
Mm.
prior to this year, but I think I got too much going on this year to do a lot of stuff. Um, or maybe even be open to a lot of stuff. But in the way of like the clairs, like clear audio, clear sentient, stuff like that, like my nose and my ears, if that makes like you know how okay.
Clear audience.
Yeah, like that's how she came to me is
Clear audience.
yeah. So that I guess plays a big part because like my mom will need me and I can hear it's April, she or my nickname. She'll yell at my nickname. My dad's done that to me before, the one in Kansas. Like so yes, just not in the way of like full visual like dream, like I know what's about to happen. Just like it's like a an alarm. Something's going on.
Right. I have premonitions. That's one of the gifts that I've always claimed to have. Always in my life have been a recurring thing is premonitions. I feel astral projection helps with that. A lot of dream work she's helped me through. Um, but astral projection, she will guide me on my astral projection. The first time I did a group astral projection, she guided me. I was meditating and she started off the astral projection by calling me with her fingernails, by tapping her like
Mm-hmm.
it was some with her fingernails tapping, and it drew my spirit out. And I was doing a group ritual, but
Nice.
but anything with psych though that she's always been. I think that's the reason I have such success with those sort of things is because of
Mm-hmm.
Hekate. And I
Yeah.
think that you work with Hekate, devote yourself to Hekate. These are certain things that she might bestow upon you as gifts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can see how Hearn could play into that too, though.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Seeing that he did a lot of hunting and he needed night vision and stuff like that. So I
He
get
needs
that.
to, he he is someone who is a great protector. You know what I mean? He's
Mm-hmm.
probably the one who came to warn me about my last premonition was a warning I had on the highway because I was fighting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
is. I love
Yeah.
that.
I think the relationship that people hold, like that I know in person, like so you and a couple, like one other person, to whatever. Each relationship is very different and very similar at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Even
There's
though,
always yeah. I
yeah.
feel like there's always certain things that are like the like basic Hecate that has like she has with everyone, and then just certain things depending on who you are is what changes. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's something like too, like you said though, her and are very similar in a lot of ways. Where it's kind of like in my life and in my practice, it's like no wonder those two mesh very well for
Hmm.
me, and we work together very well because a lot of yeah.
Yeah. It goes hand in hand.
Hmm.
It's
Very that's yin and yang, but they're both similar deities. Like, and Hearn is a very like probably the male version I could say of Hecate in a sense where even Hecate, like Hearn is a wood god, like a forest god, but is he? Yeah, yeah. Hide that, please.
I'm trying with my hair.
Yeah, yeah. You got big hair for that. You're good. So Hecate's happy place is to be known as in the middle of the woods. She is known to have animal symbolism with stags, with wolves, with many forest creatures, snakes. Um, she is Hearn's tree. Boy, homeboy, I don't want you. I know it's depressing, but like rejection is rejection. God. So Hearn was Hearn hung himself from an oak tree and has a lot of associations with the oak tree. Mama Hecate is get your butt over here. He don't want you. Known as the Oak Queen. she's been crowned as the Oak Queen. So it's like yes, they're not at all similar gods when you look at them for individual aspects. But in my path and in my um, spirituality, they are very similar and they work very well co-handedly. Again, it's like parents almost.
Mm-hmm. And their co-parenting is interesting. But we talked about that a lot on one of the last videos of how, and then some in this video too about like, go get your mother. You're not doing it. I don't have an opinion, but I think that's interesting. What were some of the other things we were going to talk about?
I have no idea, but we kind of already pushed to an hour.
So what?
We already pushed to an hour.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
It's been an hour already.
It's been an hour.
Should there be a part 2 to this? Because I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface all the way.
So, guys, catch us in part 2, Experiencing Hekate. You'll know when you'll get that soon. This month, definitely. And definitely catch us. I think our next video, we are making insanity oil for you guys.
Yes.
So we want to show you guys that, kind of give you some tidbits and precautions on working with this kind of oil and this kind of magic. But we are going to give you a recipe on insanity oil. So make sure you tune in for that at some point this week or next week.
And have notebooks and pens ready to go.
Yes. So, all right. Well, this was awesome. I guess we're going to do a part 2. Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Because barely scratched the surface with this one.
So catch us in the part 2 of Experiencing Hekate, working with Hekate. And have a great night, guys. Crescent, have a wonderful night. It's not like I'm going to not talk to you again tonight in the next 5 seconds.
Right? Have a good night. Bye.